Hello, this is Miss Miller. We're talking about long division today. There's two strategies that I like to use. One is the color coding, and two is the multiplication chart. So feel free to use these while you're doing long division. We're gonna divide 125 divided by 5, and I have it set up here. The first thing I like to do is write down the abbreviations for my steps. The first is D for divide, and the second is M for multiply, and S for subtract, C for check, and B for bring down. We like to say this at support services is we like to remember it, does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? And that's how you can kind of remember it by does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? Okay, so I'm gonna first take my 5 and I'm going to say, how many times does 5 go into 1? Well, it doesn't, 0 times. So I might just put a placeholder up here and put a 0. So the first thing I'm doing is dividing. Now, how many times does 5, now I'm gonna take the next. So I took the 1, nope, doesn't work. So I'm gonna take the next number, 1, 2, which makes 12. How many times does 5 go into 12? Well, let's count that. Let's skip count. 5, 10, 15. 15 went past 12, but 10 is before 12, so I can use 10, and that is 2. So I'm going to put 2 right here, so it goes in 2 times. So I divided, so that's check for that one. I divided. Now, I'm going to want to multiply. What do I multiply? Well, I'm going to put a little multiplication sign right here. And that means I am going to remember that I'm going to always multiply the number up here with this one. So 2 times 5 is, we already did that, 5, 10, which is 10. And you could use your multiplication chart there as well. So I multiplied. Now the next thing I'm going to do is subtract. Okay, what do I subtract? Well, you just keep going down. Just think, I start at the top and I go down. So then you're going to make a line here. And you're going to subtract. There's my subtraction. And I know that if I have 2 and I take away 0, I still have 2. So I'm going to put 2 right here. Then I've done my subtraction. I'm going to check that that seems right. That's right. 2 times 5 is 10. Yep. And that subtraction is correct. Very good. So then I'm going to bring down. So I'm going to bring down what? Well, everything got to come down. And the only number I haven't used yet is this 5. So I'm going to put an arrow there, and I'm going to bring the next number down and put it right there. So now I have a new number. I just made a new number. I made 25. So I'm going to start this. So I've done my check and I've done my bring down. So I'm going to start the next. I'm going to start it all over again. So I say, divide. So how many times does 5, now I've made a new number, go to 25? Well, let's do our count. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Whoa, I hit 25 and I have 5. So it goes in 5 times. You can also use your multiplication chart to figure out division that way too. So I did my divide. What's my next step? Oh, multiply. So I'm going to multiply. Whoops, a better way to put my dot on there. Now I have my multiplication sign there, so I know I'm going to multiply this 5 by that 5. So let's do our skip counting. How many? 5 times 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, so it's 25. So then I'm going to go down. We'll just keep working down, and I put it right here, 25. I try to line everything up nicely. And then the next step, I mark that off, is subtraction. So I go here and I'm going to subtract. So I just keep working down right now. And so, 5 minus 5 is 0. So this turns out to be 0 and that's 0. So this is all 0, right? And so I just subtracted. Let's just double check that I didn't make a mistake. 5 times 5 is 25. Subtracting that is 0. Good. Now I just did my check. Now bring down. There's nothing here. So am I done? I am, because there's no more numbers. So I can't bring anything down. That means I'm done with my problem. And my answer is 25. You could erase that placeholder if you wanted to and visualize it better that way. The answer is 25. This is how you do long division. And I love using the Does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? Divide, multiply, subtract, check, bring down. Okay, so good luck and have fun doing your own long division. Bye for now.